All over Scotland, charities are facing a cash crisis. The recession means that people have less money to give. The public sector's already being squeezed, and that's likely to get a lot worse. Now one of Scotland's most reliable sources of money for charities is also under threat.
Well, for many years the Lloyds Banking Group have been funding a foundation, an independent foundation, which has supported charities and voluntary organisations all over Scotland to do good things in their community. And all of a sudden, perhaps as part of the banking crisis, the group has decided that they want to halve the sum of money that goes to the foundation and curtail its independence, and we think that's outrageous.
It's shocking that in our society, children as young as 11 and 12 are having to be the main carers in their families. That's why an organisation like Broomhouse Young Carers is so important.
Well, I look after my mum and my little sister, and I have to help her around the house and clean up and help make dinner.
I'm looking after my mum because she's really ill and she's diabetic and everything, and she can't see, so sometimes we have to guide her through the house.
But my mum's got problems and she's got asthma, and it's quite hard for her because she's got to look after a lot of us, and I've got to help her. Sometimes I have to do housework for her and then tidy up everywhere. When I come to the Broomhouse Young Carers, it gives me some time away, but they also still teach you how to behave and behave around your mum, and don't get angry if someone else in your family is not doing as they're told.
They've relied on money from the Lloyds TSB Foundation in Scotland, but now that's drying up.
Lloyds TSB Foundation for Scotland have supported the Broomhouse Young Carers for the past 3 years, and before that we have had a long association with them. Because we've not been allocated funding this year, our project is going to close at the end of 2010, which means no support mechanism for the young carers that come to our project. How do we implement support mechanisms for them when there's precious little support mechanisms for these isolated young people?
Another organisation that's dependent on the Foundation's help is Partners in Advocacy. The work it does transforms the lives of many individuals.
Got my own support. If they weren't there, I'll be snookered. And they're helping, I've got support now, and if I'd never had support, I'll be depressed and in my bed all the time.
The post of Inclusion Coordinator only exists because of Foundation funding.
It's been vital, and I'm not just saying that because it's my job, but what it has done is it's enabled, I suppose, them partners to employ me in order to facilitate the groups. And my job here really is to get people's confidence up and their skills and build on their skills to go out and do the things they want to do. Currently, we're only funded until July. I think the funding gives out, and trying to find other funding streams is going to be difficult.
For many teenagers, having a safe place where they can talk privately about the effects of drugs or their sexual health is a vital resource. The shop, run by Crew 2000, is the best known in Edinburgh.
We take very much a public health attitude towards drugs and drug use. We neither condemn nor condone. It's not our place to say whether it's right or wrong, but really just recognise that people do use substances, including alcohol, and as long as people are going to choose to use substances, it is important that they have access to accurate, reliable and up-to-date information.
The people who provide impartial advice to youngsters here also go out into communities across Scotland.
Pretty much all of the young people I've met, every group I have, knows where Crew is, knows there's that place in Coburn Street that you can go to. When I ask them, where would you go for advice or information, they all go, oh yeah, that place. And I think that's massive, because the 15 and 16-year-olds that I might work with don't exist in isolation, so presumably the whole school will have an awareness.
I was representing Crew, giving a drugs talk to young people and asking them what do they know, what would they like to know. And because we were informally dressed and we appeared as approachable, the young people opened up to us far more.
We go out to events such as big events at Inglestown and Braehead Arena, dance events and things like that. I think that's great work, and we hand out water there and we talk to people on information stands and stuff.
The foundation supported our outreach work with 2 sets of money from its standard grant scheme. That's been absolutely fantastic and very sadly ended in March 2010. And of course, with the restrictions they've had to place on new funding, we're unlikely to be able to apply again for that kind of support.
The Scottish Council for Voluntary Organisations has launched a petition to get Lloyds Banking Group to change its mind. It needs you to sign it.
We think it's bad for Scotland, it's bad for charities, it's bad for the people they serve, but it's also bad for the bank because it's very bad publicity for them to be seen to be trying to squeeze more money into their own profits and their own fat salaries. So we want people to sign the petition which calls on the bank to change its mind and to reinstate the full value of their covenant with the foundation. And we want as many people across Scotland to express their anger at the banks and to sign this petition.